Day 45. Today, the 45th day of our presence on the I Ching matrix, we spend in the space of the 21st law of physical tension. The color of today's law, like the color of today's flower of life, is purple. Today's space is historically tied to Saturn, whose competence is the order of social relations. And today tension is a natural state for us. Well, let's then, on occasion, continue to slowly look at the words with which someone once designated some moment in their life from different points of view. Actually, throughout the text of this book, I try to focus your attention on what I am talking about at the current moment from the point of view of different sources. Unfortunately, I do this fragmentarily. And this is explained by the need to choose a priority. Every day, I begin with the words about our presence on the I Ching matrix. But every day begins with a picture of the matrix of our world from the flowers of life. These are obviously completely different pictures. That is why today I am inserting a picture of the I Ching matrix into the body of the text, so that those who are not very familiar with it yet have the opportunity to take a look and get their bearings in its space. As you can see, the field of 64 spaces of the I Ching matrix consists of the intersection of only 8 trigrams. Each trigram has its own image, which can be described in words or depicted in a picture. These 8 trigrams create the energy of life and the landscapes of the world around us. All and any worlds that can only be invented, created, preserved, and destroyed, which are tirelessly invented, created, preserved, and destroyed by the 3 minds already known to us: somatic, analytical, and reactive. And these lines in the trigrams determine the location of each of these 3 minds in the order of their inclusion in one of the 8 possible options for their interaction. The direct order of reading the numbers on the I Ching matrix distributes attention between 2 opposites in the arrangement of solid and broken lines. So the number 1 is a picture of 6 solid lines. 2 consists of 6 broken lines. The further choice of the order of numbering the pictures of the I Ching matrix is based on the story associated with the existence of the spirit. And this, of course, is already a fairy tale of some authoritative author, with which we can unconditionally agree, or completely ignore it. Hu wrote his own fairy tale about human design, simply changing the order of reading the hexagrams. First, he, as if creating a male vortex of energy, wrote down all the numbers of the hexagrams, starting from 1, from left to right to 11. Then, he went down to the 19th hexagram, and continued his reading, from right to left, to 10. After the 10th hexagram, he went down to 13, changed the direction of reading and reached 36. He went down to the 4th horizontal. He walked along it, from the 24th to the 25th hexagram. And he began to read the I Ching matrix, from the 2nd hexagram, along the horizontals up, to the 46th hexagram, as if creating a feminine vortex of energy. Today, I am telling you about all this so that you can understand that, strictly speaking, you are free in your reading and interpretation of the information that you encounter in the course of the play of your life. Because you are one of the forms of consciousness, and the quality of your life directly depends on how happy and efficient the minds are, the economic association of which you in fact represent. The most tender, although the most daring, is the analytical mind, because it does not know how to create food for itself, but it knows how to cook up such a mess from the information that ends up in its hands that the whole world will stand on its ears and will rush around like crazy, not knowing the bottom or the top. But it is he who provides us with vital energy. Its inclusion in our life, its efficiency, and the quality of this efficiency depend on the quality and quantity of the information with which we feed it. Therefore, our life directly depends on our insatiable love to study, study and study. Always, everywhere, and everywhere. The more words we know on different topics, the more information formats will be available for our understanding. The easier we can operate with the meanings of words passing through us, the easier we can understand another form of consciousness. The easier it will be for our heart to accept this, another form of consciousness, as its identity. The more transcendental treasures our heart will have. But let's return to our pheasants. Today, we illuminate the purple flower of life on the outermost layer of our world. The purple flower, which is on the previous layer, we populated with the dog, the guardian of the trigon of defenders. Tiger, the idealist, and horse, the adventurer of this trigon, have already been provided with housing by us. The buffalo, the performer from the trigon of thinkers, and the rat, the initiator from the trigon of creators, remained homeless. Tomorrow we will pair up for the tiger, the idealist. Today, we must pair up for the dog, the guard. I suggest giving preference to the buffalo today. They will live peacefully with the dog. They will not be afraid of each other. But they will find very quickly what to respect each other for. The proactive and shameless rat will never be a friend to the dog. But with the tiger, they will be able to find a common language, on the basis of composing and bringing to life a variety of ceremonies and etiquettes in society. So, my dears, do not forget to look for arguments to prove the justification of your choice, in the process of surrounding yourself with sources of beauty, wisdom and light. And now, I return your attention to coloring the outer edges of today's flower, brown and pink. We need this so that we can clearly and easily see the beauty of the change in the picture of our world. Excellent! The day has taken place.